Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World Resorts in 2019. Today is day 184.
We are super excited today because we're staying here at the Contemporary, which is a very short walk away from the Magic Kingdom. And on July 3rd, the Magic Kingdom does their full 4th of July celebration just like they do on July 4th. There's just a lot less people there. So we're planning to spend the day there and we're really excited about the fireworks tonight. But first we had a little bit of adulting to do. I did have a call with a client this morning, and right around noon, once I wrapped up that call, we got all of our stuff together. We knew we had a long park day ahead because the park was open until midnight, and there's extra magic hours till 2 a.m. So we want to make sure we're fully prepared before we go because we're going to be there all day long. So we took the walkway over from the Contemporary, just a 10-minute walk or so, went into the park, and first thing we did was try to find some Photopass photographers to get some pictures because we're here celebrating, so we want to have pictures from it. And we got a very good Photopass photographer who was being super creative with some of the shots he was taking.
We got several photos there and then headed into the Emporium to do some shopping and see what they had for July 4th. And Robert had something he has had his eye on for about a month, and so he finally caved and went and bought it.
The problem is they release all their stuff way ahead of the actual holiday, and I was really not wanting to buy this because I didn't want to spend the money, but I also know it probably isn't going to make it to the outlet because they're going to sell out of them. So they had a red, white, and blue fedora. I had to get that, so I did pick that one up, but I wasn't wearing something like prepared to wear that hat today, so I went ahead and kept this hat on and just carried that one around in the bag the rest of the day.
And it is an incredibly hot day today. We did make sure to put sunblock on before we left. We brought some with us, and we were rocking that cooling towel look all day long, but they really do help. I know a lot of people talk about them, but they really do help keep you cool because Florida summers can be incredibly hot, especially with the humidity. So we had those on all day long, and because it's so hot, we're heading to Splash Mountain. We love that ride anyway. It's a great ride, and we are hoping to get wet. Ironically, sometimes you just don't get that wet on this ride, and then you'll go on like Pirates of the Caribbean and get completely soaked like we did the other day.
We didn't really get that wet, which is not exactly ideal because it is hot and we kind of wanted to get wet, but at the same time, we're also hungry and we're going to be going inside to the air conditioning to eat, so probably for the best that we're not totally drenched. We did stop at Pecos Bill's right there next to Splash Mountain, one of our favorite quick service restaurants in Magic Kingdom. Alyssa got her kids meal that she likes to get, and so did her sister, but I wanted to try the new menu items. They had these firecracker nachos available for 4th of July, and they had a flourless chocolate Mickey Dome. Now the Mickey Dome was adorable. It looked like a Mickey Mouse Club hat. It had the little emblem on it, it had the ears, but it's basically just their normal flourless chocolate cake, which means Alyssa can eat it and it's one of her favorite desserts, so I had to get that one. And then there were the firecracker nachos that were, well, they were basically just the normal beef nachos with the white cheese on top. The only difference was they added the firecracker to the top, which is flamin' hot Cheeto dust, which apparently that was a thing for a while where they thought it was a good idea to add the hot Cheeto dust to everything and make it a new menu item. I'm not a fan of hot Cheetos or hot Cheeto dust, so I got it. I tried it, I did not like it, so I was very thankful that I asked for my Cheeto dust on the side so I could just eat the rest of the nachos the way I wanted with all the other stuff from the toppings bar thrown on top.
And I, of course, was very glad I didn't try it at all because I don't do anything spicy, and I really enjoyed my meal at Pecos Bill's. We rode a few more rides around the park and then decided to kind of make our way towards the hub because we want to see how big the crowd is getting up there. We have a spot we really want to watch the fireworks from and record. And on our way up there, we saw that they had the carriage out. There was a Photopass photographer out there and they had a prop, which anytime there's a prop, I have to stop and take a picture. So we got a few pictures there, and then we actually saw some friends of ours that we knew were in the park, we just didn't know where. So we all had to take a picture together because we were so excited to see each other. And we stopped and talked for a little bit, just catching up, seeing what we all did today. We got to the hub and it was definitely filling up. We have a little bit more time, we feel like, but we're gonna have to come back soon because it's definitely getting busier. We made our way over to Space Mountain because we love that ride. And we tried doing something cool for the picture. It really didn't work, but I don't know if you can tell or not. It's supposed to say USA with our hands. It didn't work at all, but that is what it's supposed to say.
I mean, we probably should have thought it through and had the letters go the other direction because the camera...
We thought we were being creative.
We tried. We can at least say that. And after we got off of Space Mountain, I did head back to the hub because my spot was very specific. I knew exactly where I wanted to stand. It wasn't somewhere that was going to be super, super popular, so I knew I had a few extra minutes to go ride Space Mountain, but I'm not taking any chances. I know we've still got like 2.5 or 3 hours till the fireworks. I didn't care. I wanted to make sure I had my spot because tonight I was going to attempt to do a 360-degree video of the 360-degree fireworks. And I wanted to have the exact perfect spot for that. So I didn't want to take a chance on it getting gone. I got to my spot and I camped out. And I told Alyssa and her sister they could go and do whatever they wanted, but I'm just gonna sit here and wait.
We decided to go check out these special treats they have for the 4th of July. Of course, they make everything red, white, and blue. It's basically everything they normally have, just with different sprinkles on them. But they are still really cool. They're very creative. Of course, they have a special cupcake. So we checked all those out, decided not to get any because I can't eat it for the food coloring. My sister said she wasn't hungry. I'm like, I don't know if Robert wants anything, but it's probably gonna melt by the time I get it to him. So we decided not to get any of the treats. We went to go get some popcorn because we're like, we'll have a snack. We'll go meet Robert, we'll get some popcorn. And so I went off to the left of the castle to the little cart there, and there was a line a mile long. I'm like, popcorn is not worth that to me at all. And I decided to go look for another popcorn cart. I thought, I bet there's somewhere else. So we headed across over to Tomorrowland, and sure enough, there was no one in line for this popcorn cart at all. There was no one waiting for anything. So we got our popcorn and started making our way back to Robert, but they had started roping off certain areas. We're like, well, it's really pretty right now. There's a cool sunset. So I started taking pictures of the castle. We'll go around so we can avoid the crowds. I thought I was being really smart. And we'll take some cool pictures of the castle with the sunset. It did look like there was a storm coming in, which was a little bit of a concern, but it made the sky look really awesome, so I got some great photos. Went all the way around towards the carousel, and that's when I found out they had roped off that entire area back there. We couldn't get back to Robert at all. And it was getting so busy, we didn't think we could fight our way through the crowd to get up to him. So I texted him and said, I think we're gonna go find another spot to view the fireworks. I'm really sorry we won't be there with you, but it's gonna be too difficult to get all the way over there. And I was kind of having flashbacks from New Year's Eve, so I wanted to avoid that altogether.
And I was kind of having flashbacks too, because she had the popcorn, which was my only source of food, and she wasn't coming back again. So, you know, we'll figure out how to do this thing where we watch fireworks together eventually. Just not this time, apparently. While she was gone, I just stood there watching the crowd start filling in and filling in around me. Took a few pictures throughout of the insane crowd as it just packed all around me. I stood my ground. I was not leaving my spot. I let people go past me and move up. I let them go behind me, beside me, but I kept my spot. And I could see this storm rolling in right by the castle with these dark storm clouds. Getting really worried it might get rained out. And I started looking around. There was no rain, but there was a lot of lightning. And I looked down Main Street. I was taking some pictures, and I happened to capture a lightning strike off in the distance down Main Street. It was the coolest picture.
It was.
But it was also kind of scary because we're all standing out here and the lightning's starting to hit, and we're like, should we be looking for shelter? But nobody moved because we all had our spots and we didn't want to lose our spot. Now, they will do fireworks in the rain, so we weren't worried about it raining. But with lightning, they have to postpone the fireworks. So as we got closer and closer, it became very clear we were not going to have fireworks, at least not on time tonight. And they finally made the announcement that they were going to postpone the fireworks. So nobody moved from their spots they've been staking out. We all just kind of stood there waiting. And thankfully, they did eventually start the fireworks about 30 minutes late. So I stood there using the 360 camera to video the entire thing. And yes, it did turn out pretty good, I feel like. So we had that uploaded to the channel. It's linked in the description if you want to watch it. I stood there holding the 360 camera, and then I used my phone to take other little video clips while we're standing there because these fireworks were amazing. I love the 360 fireworks on New Year's Eve, and now doing them on 4th of July Eve, I guess. They're just so awesome as they go all the way around the park. You see these crazy bursts just all around you. It was such a cool experience.
As far as enjoying the fireworks, he did have a great spot because there in the hub, of course, you get to see all the fireworks around you. But my sister and I walked around, and I noticed that there was one spot where no one was standing, literally no one was around. And I thought, how epic would this be to stand here? And we went and stood behind the Liberty Bell with a view of the Hall of Presidents and the American flag. This was the most American spot you can stand. I felt very patriotic right now. And we stood there and watched the entire 360-degree fireworks around us. with the view of the flag, the Liberty Bell, and the Hall of Presidents. It was so cool. And then people saw me taking pictures and video, and I think they realized what I was doing, because suddenly there were people around us taking pictures and video from my spot. I'm like, I started something. Yeah, this is a really great spot. No one else had the idea.
Once the fireworks were over, I did ask Alyssa where she was, and she told me she was in Liberty Square. So I said, you know what? I'll come to you. You don't need to try to fight through the hub. Everyone's trying to leave. I'm just going to come your way. So I got over there, saw the picture she took, and was really jealous of her vantage point. But it's okay. I'll watch them there another time. It's totally fine. We're going to spend the next few hours in the park enjoying as many rides as we can. They don't close until midnight. And then they don't close for us until 2 a.m. because we have the extra magic hours. So we're gonna stay all the way until park closed. We're kind of waiting to see if we felt like it. We decided we're gonna go for it. We're gonna stick around. So we went down through Frontierland, heading back to Pirates of the Caribbean. And on the way through Frontierland, we ran into a huge dance party going on right there by Country Bears. They had a DJ up there. Everyone was dancing and singing. It was really cool and kind of really surprising because I had no idea that was going on.
The dance party was so much fun, and we stuck around for several songs. I love so much that even the cast members get into it because it just makes it that much more fun, because you know they're enjoying what they're doing, and of course the guests are having a great time too. We made our way over to Pirates and rode that and took a picture with our American flags they gave everyone while we were here. And we rode several other rides, including Big Thunder Mountain. And then we found out some other friends that we had not met up with yet were in the park too. And because they're staying on Disney property, they were also able to stay late. So we made our way over to them. They were in Tomorrowland. We decided to all ride People Mover. This ended up being really cool for us because apparently Space Mountain went down. We didn't realize that when we got on People Mover. So we got to see Space Mountain all lit up while we were riding People Mover.
If you've ever wanted to see Space Mountain with the lights on, this is your chance. This is insane. And after seeing Space Mountain with the lights on, I'm a little paranoid about holding my hands up on the ride now because it was pretty
cool
close.
to see.
It was cool to see though. Since the wait times were super low because, you know, no one in the park except for those staying for extra magic hours, we did keep riding rides. We just hopped to every single ride as quick as we could. Even things like the teacups and Winnie the Pooh, whatever. We just rode everything we could while we're there in the park. And about 1:30, we said, okay, we're done riding rides. We're gonna head to the front of the park. We need to get a couple more Photopass pictures before the park actually closes and they send them all home. So we went up to the front, found a Photopass photographer who had a prop. Again, we're all about the props. So we started getting some pictures with that 4th of July sign that they had with the 3 of us, and then me and Alyssa and her and her sister, all of us together. It was a lot of fun with the pictures there.
And further up Main Street, we actually saw a photographer on Main Street that had kind of a little setup off to the side. No one was taking pictures there, which was really odd. And so we went and asked what the picture does. And when she explained it, I was like, yes, we are doing that. So we stood there and she took several pictures of us, and these are some of my favorite pictures we've ever taken with Photopass photographers. They were so cool. And by the time we were done, there was a line of people waiting. I'm like, I'm just starting so many things today. I'm so proud of myself.
You're just starting all the trends. It's crazy. And we asked her there if there were any other special 4th of July type pictures that we should get while we're here in Magic Kingdom. And she told us there actually was one more, and we did not have any idea about it. She said to head over to Liberty Square, where we already were, but to the gazebo back behind Ye Olde Christmas Shop, where they have the characters during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party sometimes, and they had a special magic Photopass shot over there. So we went over there, and sure enough, they had the pixel stick, the light up wand that makes all the cool ribbons of color when you take a picture. I was so excited to see that because these are some of my favorite photos they take with Photopass anytime they have the pixel stick. So we went in there and got a couple pictures with the red, white, and blue ribbons around us. Absolutely love those pictures. And at this point, it was basically time for the park to close. So instead of running to one more ride, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We decided to go back to Contemporary because we are exhausted.
It was very hot today, so of course that's very tiring as it is. We've done a lot of walking. We've had so much fun. But as he said, we are so exhausted after the day. We're ready to go back. We did decide to walk because we do enjoy the walk. We like the quiet of it. It's very peaceful, especially this late at night. Most people have already gone back to the resort. Even if they could stay, they might stay for an hour after. It is now 2 o'clock in the morning. Most people are not staying out that late. So the wait times were great. It was awesome. We loved it. but at some point you do have to go and just crash, and so that is what we did, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.